All right. So.
My dad's gonna tell me a story.
All right. Stop performing for the camera, please.
Okay.
Okay. So. Imagine it's a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Before farms exist.
Way before farms.
Yeah. So how do people get food?
They hunt.
That's right. They hunt, and they go out and they gather berries and that kind of thing. Fruit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Men and women are pretty equal.
Except for that.
Men
Yeah.
might be a little stronger, and women might be very valuable because of children. Women might even be more valuable because of that in some of the cultures. Okay? Okay, so imagine a person comes along, a guy goes out. You don't need to. Imagine a guy comes along and he plants a plant in the ground. And then he digs up a bunch of more ground and plants more plants. Now all of a sudden he is efficiently growing food in the ground. Stop doing that, please.
Okay.
He's efficiently growing food in the ground, meaning he does a little bit of work and he gets a lot of food. Go in the other room. And so, suddenly, let's say I'm that guy, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly I've got all this food and I go to you and I'm like, you've been working all day, every day. You and your wife both have been working nonstop just to get a little bit of food in your belly. What if I could just give you some of my food and you give me some furs? Or you help me build a wall, or you help me plant more fields. Suddenly you're working for me, but you're still working less than if you're hunting for yourself all day long. Do you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so now all of a sudden I have this valuable thing. Yeah, it was weird for a second. This valuable thing that everyone around me wants a piece of. Aria. Stop performing, please. Just listen. You wanted me to record this, I'm recording it, but you need to pay attention. Okay? Okay. So you've got this valuable thing that everyone wants some of, right? Or I do. And I'm getting old and I want to leave it to my kid. But how do I know my kid is my kid?
Well, maybe if the woman, you like Rapunzel, you could put her in a tower that she can escape with everything.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. Point is, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to stop pretending we haven't talked about this before already and like coming up with answers. You're skipping the flow of things.
Okay.
So I don't know that my wife actually had my kid because she could have had a baby with somebody else she didn't tell me about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to use all my power and influence to create laws that make it so that women are less than men, that men have to choose for women, that men can do things to women like you say, lock them in an ivory tower, give them things, treat them kind of like pets in a way, or resources. Yes, it's that. And so that is the start of what is called the patriarchy.
The patriarchy?
Yes.
Explain what that is.
That is when men, that is the culture of people believing that men are better than women.
Men are better than women?
That's the culture. Iris, can you stop, please? Iris, can you stop, please? I'm trying to tell a story here.
Could I play
Go ahead.
Nothing to do.
I just told you you could.
Go play with those?
Sure. So, the culture of, it's the patriarchy is the culture, which is just something that everyone believes. Okay, a culture is just what people believe is true, and what people believe they should do. That's what a culture is. It's not domineering. It's belief. It's that's obvious. Yes, everyone does that. Everyone knows this is true.
1 plus 1.
50 years ago, it was known. Everyone knew that men were more important than women. They knew that women were something to be possessed or gotten or grabbed. That's what they knew in their heads.
In their heads?
Yes.
Who says it's a fact? It's an opinion.
No, it's culture. That's very different from either fact or opinion, because it's neither. It's not a fact, and it's not a thought out opinion. It's just what people believe. This is also called a paradigm.
Paradigm?
Can you say paradigm?
Paradigm.
Yeah, a paradigm is something people know is true.
A paradigm is something that people know is true.
Whether they thought about it or not.
Whether they thought about it or not.
So, you are luckily in an age where these ideas are being fought against. But you are going to run into plenty of people in your life who are going to try and tell you that you need to be quiet, that you need to back down, that you need to not fight.
That I need to not listen and just be like a little tiny rock.
A little tiny rock, yeah. That you need to be seen and not heard, that the biggest value is your body or your looks and not your mind or what you can do. The culture we're coming out of is that men are valued for what they do and women are valued for what they are. That's a culture that we're fighting, luckily, because everyone should really be valued for a very lovely mixture between what they do and what they are. Because they're not extricated. You can't take them apart from each other. Who you are speaks to what you do, and what you do informs who you are. So for culture to try and make women be all about who they are and men be all about what they do, that's not right. So, that answers your question.
Wait, what happened when he locked her in the tower?
Back in the previous story?
Yeah.
Nothing, honey. She didn't like it, but she also kind of liked that she wasn't working all the time. You have to realize, like, she was going from a place of, like, and this is just an imaginary person. Every woman's an individual is going to handle it differently, right?
Yeah.
So either she didn't like it or she did, and the only reason she would is because then she's not working all the time and stuff's provided to her. There's probably cultural importance that's given. And honestly, this is a massive oversimplification of what really happened.
What really happened?
I didn't say this isn't what really happened. I said it's an oversimplification, which means that what really happened is so much more complex that I can't just talk about it in a short conversation before bed.
Talk about it in a long conversation.
No, it's too long, and we will talk about this over the years. So, can you...
People keep saying stuff about talking to me about stuff when I'm a teenager. Why when I'm a teenager?
What do you mean? I just talked to you about it right now.
The long version.
Aria, it's not a version that's just in my mind.
What do you mean?
You have the impression I'm hiding things from you, and I'm not. I did. I told you everything that's really relevant to the question you asked.
Okay.
Okay, you now know what patriarchy is, you now know why it's important for you to fight, for you to be strong, for you to believe in yourself, for you to be active, get involved, raise your hand, take up space.
Be bigger than a tiny rock.
That's right, be bigger than a tiny rock.
Can we pause the video?
Sure.